Hello everyone, and welcome to my special outward melee combat guide, featuring the Mace. Contrary to the spear, the Mace is a weapon I would recommend for more experienced players, as it rewards general knowledge of the game to really master it. That being said, it is to me probably one of the most rewarding weapons to play once you have mastered it. In this video, I will try to teach you how to use the one-handed mace. The mace is a very impact-reliant weapon. It is the slowest of the one-handed weapons, making you vulnerable to trade hits against faster enemies. All the gameplay of the mace is based around not allowing your enemies to play. The mace works especially well with a shield, and I will mostly be covering its use with it. The purpose of the mace is to stagger enemies as much as you can, allowing you to deal a lot of damage to them while they get up, constantly throwing them to the ground. The mace is one of these weapons where using combos is probably the most important. So let's go through them. 3 normal hits is your basic combo. Then you have the 1 basic hit with 1 special hit for a faster second hit. Then you have the 2 normal hit and 1 special for a faster third attack. You can make more normal hits before using your special, which is very useful. The 1 special attack is a very slow but powerful blow that does very high impact damage and make you move forward quite a lot. You cannot find a one-handed mace in CSO, but you can make one with wood or buy one from the blacksmith. I have not yet covered the mace's special skill, as it requires quite a lot of time to talk about it. The mace special skill is Mace Fusion. You can parry an attack that has some elemental damage in it, infuse your weapon with the elemental type, and gain the appropriate resistance and damage buff. This skill is insane. It has a pretty large duration, which makes it not that hard to land, and allow you to demolish any enemy that uses some elemental damage. It does not block the attacks that have 100% physical damage, but if the attack has mixed damage, like physical and any other elemental type, it will block all of the damage from this hit, even the physical one. This skill is the main reason why the mace is a very strong and fun, but is also not very easy to play to its full potential for beginner players, as it requires you to have some knowledge of the enemy's attack damage and projectile speed. The mace rewards very highly players who understand the game mechanics. Mace Fusion can be obtained, as always, for free from Burak if you talk to him before leaving Cierzo. It can also be bought for 50 silver from Taleron in Berg. The knowledge of when to use the right combos is very important on the mace, as after every attack you are pretty exposed. The mace combos have the biggest recovery time of all the one-handed weapons, and every hit must be calculated. Most of the enemies in the game can be staggered by 1 basic and 1 special combo. Some more tanky enemies will require a 2 basic one and 1 special combo. You really need to adapt your combos to how fast the stagger bar of the enemy goes down, or else you might take unwanted hits. The special attack can be used with some good spacing to instantly stagger a lot of enemies, but it is a risky move. The one-handed mace is probably one of the most high-risk, high-reward weapons in the game. Let me show you a little bit of gameplay to demonstrate. The Brutal Club is the best early game mace. Though it is slightly slow and does not have the best damage, it is very easy to get and inflicts confusion that reduces the enemy's impact resistance. This will allow you to stagger enemies a lot in the early game. You can get this weapon by killing the Tower Shield bandit roaming in front of the Vendaval fortress. The Sky Crown Mace is probably one of the strongest maces in the game. It has high damage, high attack speed, and mixed physical and ice damage. A very powerful and safe option. You can get this mace by defeating the first cannibal in the face of the ancients. Myrddon's Fire Poker is a funny looking weapon that is strangely effective. It inflicts physical and fire damage and can burn your enemies. It is also pretty easy to get, and Sheen Shots has also featured it in his video, so link in the description. The last mace is my favorite and is probably way stronger than most people believe. The Marble Morningstar is a beautiful weapon. It is a rather slow and inflicts confusion. However, the weightless enchantment transforms it into one of the fastest maces in the game. The simple fact that it inflicts confusion very fast makes it a god tier weapon, despite its just decent damage. You can get this weapon from ornate chests in the Enmerka forest or from the weaponsmith merchant in Harmathan. The mace has some very interesting mechanics, but is definitely not the easiest weapon to play. It is a weapon type I personally like a lot in video games. If you want me to showcase the build I am using in this video, do not hesitate to let me know in the comments, as it is a very effective and fun to play. I hope you found this guide useful. If you did, do not hesitate to subscribe to the channel, as more Outward guides are coming. I'll see you all. Bye.